Hey everyone, and welcome back to the third round of the 2020 Y Open. This is part two of the final round here at Little America. Got the tournament layout on this back nine here. I'm Coda, and I got Dale here.
Thanks, Coda. Thanks for joining me for this. It's been a pretty fun round to watch so far. Justin Cournoyer is 29 under par for the tournament so far.
Absolutely killing it.
Absolutely killing it, is
Kyle,
right.
on the other hand, has just been tearing up this whole Little America course.
Yeah.
And really closing that gap between him and Justin.
Yeah, he's already picked up a couple of strokes on him, and let's see if he can keep that going.
Mac Lugo out of Casper, Wyoming, is a couple down this round. Myself as well as from Cheyenne. A couple down for this round. I'm trying to close the gap with Mac right now, and just trying to take that third place.
Yep, always trying to move up, right? That's kind of the point of it. We're always trying to move up another spot.
And only 4 strokes between him and Kyle too. So he's trying to keep the pressure on there.
Right, trying to close any ground he can with Kyle.
Kyle has a nice little hyzer up there.
Yep. That'll work out pretty good. This is a pretty short hole, but with that out of bounds long and left and how elevated it is.
There's a lot of trees on the right hand side where you want to come in at. It's
right.
Very heavily guarded.
So it would be real easy to get behind those and end up blocked for sure. Doesn't look like you had any trouble with that though. That should give you a pretty open look. A little long, but no, it shouldn't be any problem. From those flags, it might be a headwind putt, though.
Mac as well gives that a good run. And all of us have a relatively similar lie. We were all just trying to get up to the flat land up here to have a decent putt.
Yeah. Try and be on the same level as it.
That was a good bid from Mac. Just a little low.
Wonder if that tree's in Kyle's way at all. Ooh, it looks like the wind lifted that one a little bit. This must be one of the baskets Rock on Wheels loaned us for the event.
Yep. Local disc golf shop.
They've really been a good addition to the disc golf community around here. He's been really good for the community.
Just helped Justin with that birdie there. That was a great putt on Justin's part.
Yeah. Great putt on your part as well. Always nice to get a 2 anywhere you can.
Especially on these short holes, you really want to make sure you try to get your birdies on these shorter holes that are almost giving them to you.
You never like to see that, though.
No, a little forceful on the putt, a little high.
Yeah. It's always unfortunate, though. Those dead center putts are supposed to go in. But that does give him a bogey for that hole, so we had 2 birdies, a par, and a bogey on that hole. For such a short hole, you don't expect that much spread, but sometimes the baskets are not your friends.
And some of that was conditions as well. That wind did seem to lift it.
It did.
And now we're actually going into a really, really fun hole where we're actually just playing the golf hole, the ball golf hole.
Actually a little longer than, I believe, because the basket's on the back side of the green, so you have an OB green between you and the basket.
Justin went a little left, and I overflipped my drive here straight into those trees.
Yeah, hopefully you got yourself down to the end of them so you have an open look out of them.
Mac looks like he faded out a little early as well.
Yeah, as long as they don't go too far, that's not too bad of a place to be, really.
And Kyle going with a TD backhand roller.
Needs to stand up. Oh.
Had the distance, it just didn't want to come back.
Ooh, might have had too much distance. Maybe if it had turned over, it would have curled around over to the basket. But it just needed to stand up. That tree's going to
have him blocked, but it also kind of helped him from going too far.
Right, because it was still cooking.
Ooh, and I kind of...
And down the hill.
Gave that a little bit too much.
Yeah, well, with that OB green short of the basket, I'm not too surprised about that. Looks like Mac got himself buried in one of those trees. And I'm not sure. We'll have to see where he ended up there. Yeah, it would be really tough to not go
Justin
a
went
little long.
deep as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And kind of blocked off by a lot of branches there.
It does kind of look that way. Ooh, that was a good shot from Kyle from buried in that tree. It looks like he was struggling with a lot of branches.
And Matt came up just short of the green there and just lays it up for his par.
That's good that he managed to not end up on that green.
And I just didn't give that putt enough.
Looked like you might have had a branch in your way too.
I had to straddle out from around that tree.
Oh, okay.
Justin looks like he had a nice open window.
Yeah. And
that was a great birdie.
That's all he needs to get that in there.
Same for Kyle.
Yep. That was really well done. I thought sure he was in trouble when I saw it under that tree.
Roll. Great distance on that. Great scramble out of the tree.
Yep. It's like you'll tap your par out.
And so will Mac.
Oh,
that was a good save from where he was at on his drive.
For sure. That doesn't look like he got out of that tree by much, actually. So they're really starting to kind of pull away from the crowd again.
Justin's just been on a tear.
Yeah. Looks like he's kind of tied it up for the round with Kyle again.
Here's another one where we're playing pretty much just the ball golf course, just tucked off a little bit to the back and to the left of their green. Definitely within a reachable distance for all of us here.
Well, and left of that cart path, or is it just on that cart path?
I think it's just on the path.
On the path is out of bounds.
And on the green, of course.
And on the, yeah. I don't think there are any sand traps or bunkers on this hole.
Not on this one.
Okay, so none of that to worry about at least, because those will really grab your disc. So those are a little more intimidating, I feel like. Ooh, that's looking nice. Ooh, ooh, hopefully you have a look from
a little
those.
Bit too nice.
Yeah. I was hoping it was going to stop before then, but that was still a really nice throw.
The ground here is just so skippy everywhere.
Yeah, we're not used to playing on something that's mowed this short.
I thought Mac had read that perfectly, just a little short.
Yeah, just a little too short is all, but that's still a good place to be. Hopefully he isn't blocked by too many branches. Ooh, nice low shot. Oh, okay, maybe he's still okay. He might not be blocked by those too bad.
That fence and beyond there is out of bounds as well.
Oh, okay, so there was a chance yours, if it had kept skipping, could have gone out. And another one just a little short and right there by Justin. We've seen a few of those this round, a little uncharacteristic after watching his others.
None of them have been for his saves. They've all been a lot of his birdie shots.
Right. Oh, just a little right and short on yours too, it looked like. Looks like Mac was open for his par putt. That was a good par from there. That'll work. He gave it a good bid and was able to save it, so no harm done.
Kyle seems pretty well open here as well.
Yeah. Looks like most of those branches are up pretty high unless you go too far back.
Yeah.
So there's Justin for his par and you for your par. It looks like we're going to have a par frame.
That's not terrible for that hole.
No, I'd say that one could definitely dish out worse than that with all the out of bounds around it. So here's hole 13. This is our other par 5, 1,005 feet.
And unlike the other one, this one's all flat. It's completely flat land the whole way.
Yeah,
so you can see here. Advantage.
Yeah, you don't get that little bonus on your drives. Oh, and it looks like Justin didn't get his to stand up like he wanted.
Oh, and that's going to be really pinched off.
And yeah, you really don't want to end up on the left side of this hole. I wouldn't be surprised to see him just pitch out to the fairway and throw again.
Kyle's going with that same essence, and puts it right in the middle.
Yep, that'll work out pretty
which
good.
Is always a good bet.
Yep, that's the more right you can be to a point on this hole. It seems like it kind of opens the turn around the corner up a little bit, but
yeah, and I definitely got down as far as I wanted, but did pinch myself off to the left.
yeah, you can see there how being a little more to the right, and you would have had a much better look for your second throw.
Mac kind of flipped that over toward those trees. And got through it all.
And got through it all.
And that's where you want to be.
Yeah, that's
right there.
the exact placement pretty much. And you can see why you don't want to be on this left side. Justin just really isn't looking at much. That's a good try, but it takes a huge throw to get all the way out.
And the wind kind of got its way with that, and he didn't quite get all the way through it.
Yeah, it would be pretty surprising if he had, to be honest. That's tricky.
That's a good shot from Kyle. All the way around the corner.
Oh yeah, that'll work out
Got a
great.
good look at the basket. Maybe even run at it from where he lands. Same with Mac. That was a crush.
That's perfect placement. Now he just pitches up over the edge of the green, and he's right there at the basket.
He's
Easy
got
for.
a possible eagle look.
He could run that. There's kind of a drop off behind the basket, so I'm not sure it'd be the best idea, but he could give it a run.
I had to put it up so high just to make sure I got enough cut. I couldn't get the distance I needed to.
That is one downfall to being that far left. It really does make it tough to get a good shot. So that's a great out by Justin
just
from there.
Cured
Wow.
that line. That was amazing.
So in essence, he really has only lost one stroke to you guys so far. He's up there right by the green, putting across if he wants to run it to maybe still save his birdie. Looks like you'll get your birdie.
It was a lot closer to that green than I thought it was going to be. That basket is...
Wow. You guys sure aren't making
I
it
don't know,
seem...
I guess that green's about a circle's edge.
Yeah, might be.
Mac just played that perfectly. I can't...
Oh, and the nice little skip off the green to right up by the basket. You guys have all made this approach shot seem so easy. Yep.
And so does Justin.
Yeah. And our longest putt on an approach shot like that, I don't expect it to be this little short putt we see Mac with here. It's a great birdie from him.
You can see the wind has been kind of whipping this round.
Yeah, and it just seems to get worse as we go along here. Just keeps picking up a little more all the time.
This whole backstretch is all headwind. It's great.
Yeah, it's all heading in the same direction pretty much, isn't it? So that's really impressive for that hole. 3 4s and a 5.
And a 5 with a scramble.
With a scramble, yeah. Yeah, definitely. I really am surprised at even how far he made it on that over-the-top shot. You have to go so high, so fast, it's hard to get any forward movement on it. So this one, hole 14, and you're basically playing it over out of bounds the whole way.
It's like a water shot. It's like having a lake, but there's no water.
And then it also appears to be a pretty steep hill on the landing,
Yeah,
so I could definitely see the disc hitting and rolling back down to the bottom.
And I shorted that. Kyle's actually looking at a really nice putt. He's just a little uphill from it, and
that can be awkward. We'll see how he handles that, because that can definitely be a little awkward.
oh, looks like Mac got that a little bit too high.
Maybe a little bit earlier release than he wanted. He might have been worried about that out of bounds.
Got an opening there that he can shoot out.
Yeah,
of.
he may not have ended up in too bad of a spot. We'll see where he ends up there. See what he's got from his side anyway.
Justin played that perfectly.
Yeah, just a little short, otherwise no problem. Should be a nice putt from there. Oh, and that was in there a little tighter than it looked. Wow, that really is so far uphill. That's a tough putt from all the way down there. And you can kind of see the slope on here. I feel like it still doesn't quite do it justice, though.
Oh, that was a great birdie.
This is one of those putts where you're hoping you either make it or miss it completely.
Because if you hit it and start to roll,
yeah,
it's going all the way to that fence.
All the way to that fence. Luckily, it can't go through that fence. There's some chicken wire on that fence that keeps you from getting through to the other side. Unless you're in the air.
That was a good 3 save for Mac.
Yes, it was. He left himself a bit of work for it. It was good to see him clean that up.
That drive from Kyle was perfect.
Yeah. Nice smile on his face walking away from that. I'd have one too. And a nice par from you after clipping that tree right at the corner of it.
Had a good roll out there.
Yeah, got you out in the open. Saw you go to your knee again to take that elevation change out of it a little bit. So here's hole 15, par 4, 563 feet, but way downhill, so eagle is definitely a possibility.
On the map, you'd think, oh, sidearm. But in practice, I didn't see anybody who was getting the distance on this hole with a sidearm.
No, you kind of really want to play that flex backhand almost exactly like Kyle did there.
And he actually probably has a nice open shot there. It looks like he got in between those two trees.
Yeah, he might actually have an eagle putt there. But that fence that you see on the right side, that's an out of bounds line. And if you hyzer out like Justin's doing, well, he's still at least on the correct side of those trees,
yep,
so it could definitely be worse.
Open, looking at the basket, he's just kind of far away from it.
Yeah. Well, it looks like you got this one turned over. Oh, very nicely. That'll put you pin high. What, maybe 40, 45 feet?
Somewhere around that.
Yeah, great looking shot.
And Mac didn't quite get that flip either, and he's going off into...
Oh, and that's what I was afraid of with Justin's, because from the wrong side of those trees...
He stayed back far enough away from that tree, though, that he was able to get that hyzer.
Oh, I guess we didn't get the other side on that one, but we'll see
okay
where he ended up.
He didn't seem too frustrated about it.
And Justin just seems like he just pulled that one a bit. Maybe he was worried about the disc choice or something, but it just seemed like that one got away from him a little. Ooh, and that might have got away from Mac a little too. So you can definitely see the wind blowing those trees. That was a straight headwind putt that just lifted and carried on him. Oh, and here's Kyle's eagle putt. Looks like he was a little inside of you, even though he came short.
Oh, and that was a good bid. He had a lot to work with there. A lot of branches in the way. Justin's got to straddle out for his birdie putt. Oh, just a little low. Max coming back for his par save here and grabs it.
Great par save there. You can tell he was walking a little bit. That wasn't a short putt. It was tailwind for him at least. Oh, looked like Kyle gave you the go-ahead to go ahead and putt ahead of him there.
Yep. And then we will both get our birdies.
Yep. It was a little scary there for a second with Kyle's, but looks like it'll work out all right. So 2 3s and 2 4s on that hole. That's looked like a pretty tough hole, so that's actually a pretty good thing there. Hole 16. Okay, yeah, this was that uphill, pretty tight. 320 feet, but I bet it played at least like 350.
I would say about that. And again, it is pretty tight coming through that gap there, and it's a late gap.
Yeah. Oh, and how did that get through there?
Or there's that gap.
I'm not sure you could call that a gap, but hey, it's apparently there. Yeah, it definitely looks like a sidearm hole, but
too much.
It's such a tight opening there, just a little bit off, and you are just cut short. A little bit high on that, maybe?
Oh,
yep, caught that branch. He should still have somewhere around circle's edge putt there. Didn't look like he's too far out.
And another sidearm, but this one better executed, perhaps? Oh, no. Sawed off the other direction.
Just a mistake the other direction, right. I don't think either of you are in too much trouble, though. It looks like you have a look here. If it gets... Ooh! Oh.
Nice.
That was a nice shot.
I really wanted it. There's only a few holes left.
For a second, I wasn't sure you were getting through that last little bit there, but... Oh, and Justin just a little low again. Looks like he's kind of lost faith in his putting a little bit in this wind. See if Matt can clean up his par. Oh, wow, nice putt.
That was fantastic.
From under that branch and everything, that was a great putt. Looks like Kyle's having to putt from under a branch as well.
Also, no problem.
Yeah, just drilled it in there. I'm actually really impressed with how he's still just drilling those in there, even after a couple of scary ones that went in and at least one that didn't.
Yeah.
So it's easy to get rattled and have a hard time really putting normal
That's
after
the one
that.
birdie on here too.
That is, he got the lone birdie on that, closing that gap with Justin a little bit again. Might be a little bit late for that. We only have a couple more holes to go, but I love that he's not giving up. He's still pushing for every shot.
And Mac right now only has me by 2, with 2 left. So I'm trying to push right now.
I missed that. Good catch.
Yeah, I was definitely feeling that right now going into this hole.
Ooh, get back off the green. Yeah, I think that's about half off of the green, so he should be fine. Was that your essence again?
That was actually an instinct.
Ah.
And that's why it fought back a little bit harder.
Yeah.
I didn't trust my essence in this wind.
I can understand that. It definitely makes it a little bit different when you're playing in the wind.
That was a good shot from Justin. Just got tangled up in that tree a little bit.
Yep, he should still be okay though. He should have a pretty easy up and down at least.
Really, the more logical play, the sidearm line.
Yeah, if you got it, it's a fairly long sidearm. That
did leave him kind of pinched off here.
Yeah, if you don't get far enough, then you might be in trouble. Or have to do that.
The skip off the road.
Oh, I thought that was going in for a second.
And that flag was directly in the line that I wanted to throw.
Oh, and off the tree. A little bit of tree
kick.
love. Let's see if Kyle can get a little tree love. Oh, he doesn't need... Oh, he got a little tree hate. I thought sure he was already past that.
Curse you, Sprucifer.
Here's Justin actually with a putt for a birdie.
Oh, no.
Oh, just a little to the right. Oh, and Kyle got another lift on there, just hitting that top band. Oh.
The basket giveth and the basket taketh away.
Yes, it does. This one doesn't seem to be wanting to give any of you anything.
That was a great 2 shot from
Yeah.
That
I
so
thought that
tasty.
was going in.
That was
Maybe
nice.
him hitting it that hard is what made it not want to be nice to anybody else. That was a great shot, though. Just bounce it up off the ground and into the rim.
Justin will tap out a par, and Kyle will tap out an unfortunate bogey alongside me.
Yeah, looks like that left side of that green is not a good place to be.
There's just too many trees on that side.
Yeah, too much
No
in the
open
way.
line at all.
So here's hole 18, our final hole. 227 feet, but it is an island hole. There's a path marking long and short and left. Ooh, that Justin's right by. And you can see the flags up to the right of it. They're kind of marking that right side off.
Oh, dude, get in it. Get in it.
Oh, that was so close.
And it stayed in.
And yeah, I unfortunately didn't catch these shots very well, but that one did. It curled around on the sidewalk and ended up in bounds. And Kyle's is just gonna park it, so he can just relax and be done already.
Who
pretty
wants to
much.
putt in the last hole?
Right? Did you guys all throw over stable putters?
I think so.
It looked like it. So here's Justin for the win. Boom. And no problem. Of course, if he had
Fantastic.
missed it, he still was going to win.
Yeah.
He
At
could
this
have
rate, he
laid that
could have
up to
sat
the
there
bottom if he
putting
wanted.
for a bit.
Right. Here's Mac.
Oh, great
Putting
shot.
in his birdie as well. Yep, by just a little bit, huh? Ooh.
Was he talking to you about?
That
DOD?
wasn't me, actually. He was talking to. That was his buddy on the other tee box. But that was a great one as well.
It looks like this, as a final hole, will be a final star birdie.
So we started this round with a star birdie, and we finished it with a star birdie. You can't ask for better.
Well, you can.
Well, for more birdies in between, I guess.
Yeah. Kyle's still putting together a 10-down round there to go 25. But
And
not enough to
Justin,
catch
8
Justin.
down as well.
Not enough to catch him at 33 down for the weekend.
Right. Taken first by 8 strokes over second place. That's a pretty impressive
Second place,
tournament.
Still 6 over third, too.
Right. So, looks like you did hold on to the 4th place spot, though. So that's always kind of nice.
Yep. I believe the order stayed pretty much the same that whole second round.
I think you might be
Or
right.
third round, rather.
Right. So, well, thanks everybody for joining us. I hope you enjoyed this coverage of the 2020 Y Open. We'll try and get some more tournaments coming up for you soon. Thanks, everybody.
Later.